everyone, welcome to the Grace Space. This is day 2 of my 30-day content challenge. If you didn't watch episode 1, go ahead and click over to episode 1 and where I talk about why I'm doing this challenge. Today I'm going to get into a big part of my life, and that is fasting. You've heard me talk about it, I'm sure, over the years. Fasting has been a big part of my life over the past 15 years. But this year, it definitely hit differently. Every time I do it, it uncovers something new about myself, mentally, spiritually, and definitely physically. And now that I'm on day 24 of my liquid fast, I was like, hey, of 40 days, to be clear. I was like, hey, I should just share what this journey looks like for me. You know, some of the struggles, the clarity that I get, and just the deeper meaning behind why I actually fast every year. Most people hear the word fast and immediately think about weight loss. But for me, it's always been more about just the weight loss. It's about discipline. It's about focus. It's about clearing out all the negative energy, all of the negative habits, the toxins, the mental toxins that are in my mind, and every time I fast, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to understanding who I truly am, what I don't need in my life. It literally makes me focus on just what it is I need in that moment, how much maybe I'm overly consuming, and what I really need to get by in life. It's a beautiful thing. It truly is. Like I said, I started fasting over 15 years ago. It started off as just the Daniel fast. If you don't know the Daniel fast, go in your Bible, look it up. For me, my church, it was no meats, no sweets, no fast food, I believe. And I took that really literally. I went all the way in. I remember doing this. It had to have been 15 years ago. And I didn't know it back then, but this fast that I did with the church would be the ultimate turning point in my life where I never went back to meat. I already didn't eat beef. As a young kid, I would get sick. But after that, no chicken, no pork, no nothing. And it led me to my life of being starting out as a vegetarian, then turning into a vegan. And I think when it really went hard was the year of COVID. So the year had started, I was already in my fast, I had just had my baby, and the news was about saying it was an immune disease. And so I started looking up immune boosting foods and what that meant. And I know there's some videos on this channel about making immune boosting smoothies, et cetera, but that ultimately led me to Dr. Sebi, who I interviewed his grandson. You can find that on here too. But it actually just kickstarted me into incorporating more alkaline foods in my life. And during that whole COVID year, that's all. I was obsessed with just what it meant to heal my own body and make sure mine and my family had strong immune systems. And that ultimately meant cutting out and eliminating waste and parasites that build up in your body over time. And I remember going to a wellness treat in Atlanta, wellness space in Atlanta, that's on here too. And they told me that you could have 15 pounds of backed up waste in your body. And I'm like, oh, heck no. And that stuck with me. And so about 2 years ago was when I was like, I'm going to do a liquid alkaline fast. I want to remove all those toxins and parasites in my body. I want to get that 15 pounds of boo-boo, whatever that is just blocked up in my body. I want to get that out and literally reset my body. And so my fasts just aren't about detoxing my body, but it's about resetting my entire system now. My mind, my body, my spirit. And it's just a way to get clarity at the year, the year that's coming. I really don't believe that the year starts until March. It's still cold outside. I don't really want to be out there doing a whole bunch. And so fasting is a way for me to help me get acclimated into the year. One of the biggest things I've learned about fasting is it's not just about food, but it's also about me breaking bad habits and breaking cycles that no longer serve me, gaining control over my mind. And there's so many moments when my body wants to give in, when I just want to eat because whether it's just eating out of comfort, eating out of boredom. I've had moments where I want to just eat because I'm stressed out, I'm sad. Like, I can't tell you all the things that have happened during this fast, like day 1, day 2, like getting a flat tire, refrigerator breaking down, dishwasher breaking down, kids acting crazy, people calling me on some crazy nonsense. Like, where I think that cycle is where I notice is like, I want to go eat something. I want to go eat something. And I have to slow down. I have to sit in my emotions instead of really like escaping it, whether it be escaping it in food. I do see other areas where I try to get in now that I don't have food and I'm like, ooh. But again, I always say this, but it forces me to be present. It forces me to find a way to deal with my emotions. It's emotional. It's a lot of emotions for me. And break those cycles of just responding or being responsive or making decisions that are not necessarily good for me, but it's like out of habits, if that makes sense. And spiritually, fasting has pushed me to go deeper. I've been spending a lot of time in the Word, but not the Word that you would necessarily think, which is, the Bible. I've been digging a lot of into the lost books of the Bible. So a lot of like the Ethiopian Bible. In this fasting, I'm always searching for truth, whether that be truth within myself, truth in what I'm engaging in, the truth about me not losing weight, or the truth of me overeating, or whatever that looks like, the truth of me dealing with my, bad habits with emotions and not logically thinking things, whatever that looks like. And I don't think that's any different with my spirituality. Like, I'm always looking for truth and not just like religious traditions. I'm not very big on religious traditions, like, because I'm always searching for truth. I'm not searching for a new religion or anything, but it's me wanting to get closer to God on a deeper level. And every time I fast, I feel like I'm more connected, more grounded in who I am and what I'm here to do. And that's ultimately like what I'm seeking in this all every year is like, God, I want to be more aligned with you. I want to do what you want me to do. I want to partner or not partner with the people you want me to partner. I want to spend my money on the things you want. So fasting is my way of getting that clarity for my life, for my family's life. So yeah. So let's now talk about the hard part, all the fluffy stuff. Let's talk about the hard part, because if I'm being honest, fasting is not easy. It's very hard. There are moments when I'm very, very irritable, when I feel very low energy, when my body is just craving something solid. And when those moments where it's bad, I eat berries. Berries are very low in sugar, low in calories. They're not going to feed the parasites that may be trying to get out of that body. I'll eat on some berries or some walnuts. That's what I do when I'm very, very low energy and I can't take it anymore. I still go out to eat with my family. So let's talk about that. I still go out to eat with my family. And that has been very hard because everybody is eating full-on meals. And what I do is I order tea. I order some ginger tea. I order some vegetable broth. And I really just sit there very slowly and eat it while everybody's eating a full meal. It does not feel ideal, but what I have to tell myself and what I shift my focus on is not the food around me. And again, this sounds crazy, but this is how I get through it. I have to remind myself that it's one meal, that it's one moment, that this will pass and it will go away. And it does. They finish their food, so we get up, we leave, and I live to see another day of my fast. And so I realized that how much of what I eat or we eat is out of habit. It's not out of hunger. And how much me slowing down changes my life. Because yeah, obviously if everybody's sitting around eating, like, you're gonna eat, but do you need to eat? Not necessarily. So yeah, that's kind of some of the hard parts. I still try to go out when like people invite me out, but I do the same thing. There was a time where a bunch of people were swimming, and I told them, so look, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be present, but I'm not swimming, because swimming is gonna set me up to want to grub. Like you exude a lot of energy when you swim. And so I know that's gonna set me up for failure. Like, I'm gonna want to eat. And so really understanding how you go about your days and setting yourself up for success. You know yourself better than anybody else. So you know what you can and can't handle. At this point, I know I can handle going out to eat at this time. I've traveled before during fast, and I've just taken the measures, went to the store, got some coconut water, found the local juice spots, and I did it. But if you are new and you're not as strong, you might need to avoid certain situations. And that might be where God calls you, right? Like, fasting may help you avoid places you don't necessarily need to be, because it's not going to help your growth. And I think that's just a testament to life in itself. Maybe there's just not places I need to be right now. I need to be in environments that are going to promote my growth and encourage my growth. And that's kind of the hard part, but you make the sacrifice. This fast has definitely changed me in ways I didn't expect. It teaches me, again, you're going to hate this, I'm going to say it more every time I talk about fasting, but teaches me how to be present as a mom, as a wife, to slow down, to let go of stress. Stress does not help you while you fast. To create a space for my kids, for their emotions, instead of just carrying around my own unresolved ones, is definitely a mirror. Fasting definitely puts a mirror up into your face when, your kids are acting crazy and you feel this like rumble in you where you want to act crazy, right? But it's like, who's the adult? What is that in me that wants to go back off on them? Fasting has helped me and continues to show me the areas that I need to resolve, so that I can show up for myself, so I can show up for the people that I love. I don't want to, just like I don't want to carry waste or toxins, I don't want to carry emotions that are no longer serve me. So I've been really learning how to set those boundaries and to let those things go, as painful as that is, letting go of emotions that no longer need to come with me in this year. It's also made me realize just how much I hold on to, releasing those fears, releasing anything that's not serving me. That's a big part of this, and it definitely hurts, but I'm here to tell you that it's definitely possible to do. Like I said, fasting is not just about food. It's about clarity. It's about discipline. It's about letting go of what is weighing you down, so that you can step into this version of yourself that you're meant to be. And whether you fast for a few days or you're just incorporating fasting, more mindful eating, I encourage you to try it. See what happens when you clear up space in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. If you want more information, always I'm trying to think of ways that I could share more details about fasting, instead of just talking about it. So, let me know if you are interested. If you've ever thought about fasting, if you've experienced it, what do you do? I'd love to hear it. Drop a comment again. Let's talk about it. It's always inspiring to hear your guys' stories. If this episode resonated with you, let's keep the conversation going. I'm on day 2 of my 30 days posting, so please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your experiences, what you're working on right now, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of my 30-day challenge. and we're going to dive into it all. You know, we're just real honest conversations about growth and mindset shifts, wellness, and just showing up for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. So this is the Grace Space, a place of healing, of growth, and alignment. You are capable. You are worthy, and you are already enough. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Grace Space.